Alrighty, welcome everyone to another live stream. It's been a while. Let's make sure everything is in order. Okay. Yeah, hope you all are doing well. It's been a while. It's been a week. I was over in Dallas for the Rebel Scum convention, Star Wars convention. I was the cameraman for one of the YouTubers, Star Wars Gazer. Go check him out. He's been releasing some vlog videos of each day, and I was the camera guy for most of that. So yeah, go give it a watch if you want to see what it was like. Thank you all for being patient with me as I wasn't there working doing streams, but yeah. In the meantime, though, hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna quickly open up in a word of prayer before we start. Lord Jesus, we thank you for today. We pray that you be with us, be with me as I work on commissions, and help us in the chat to have a great time. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so let's see. Pull that back a little bit. All right, so we are here on this commission for JT, and we are done with the inks. Let's see, what layer do I have here? Sketch layers. Gotta try and clean up some of these layers really quick. Character back. Okay. So a lot of these layers can actually be merged. Let's just sketch layers. Move that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. That was the original sketch layer. And so now we can start on flats. Let's see. So I'm going to open up this reference sheet that JT sent. Okay. Let me get the base layers done. Looks like we got three of you there in the chat. Welcome all. Oops. Right now we're just getting the flats done. And where does this fur end? Oops. Let's see. I'm gonna lighten this a little. Let's see. But yeah, no, it was a really great time at Rebel Scum. Met a lot of really great people, so that was really awesome. Made friends, reconnected with some old ones. It was a really great time. Most of his ears are not visible. His tail is though. Let's see. Oops. Okay. The spots are actually, I don't think I have this color. Or not much space for it at least, but we can give it a try. Let's see. Oops. There we go. But yeah, no, I kind of missed streaming a little bit. There was moments where I actually thought, well, maybe I could get away or spend the evening and do some streaming at the hotel there, but that didn't happen. So we got some underbelly to and his paws also have that dark. I was hoping tomorrow I could start my live stream as I write on the typewriter, but I'm so behind on commissions because of the because of the con, that probably won't happen for a while yet. Still have some other things to figure out with the story as well before I start writing. Okay, what color are the paws? Okay, it's also that darker color. Oops. That was a bad idea. Fix that. Okay. We got a couple. Whoops, there's our previous. Oh, yeah. So while I was away, I did get to work a little bit on our Stegosaurus commission. Not sure about the colors for the Stegosaurus at least. Still need to tweak some things to figure out what works best. But anywho. Second, gotta check something. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I need to quickly adjust the lighting here. 1 second. There we go. Thought I was being smart earlier by changing where I was placing some of the lighting, and I realized now that no, it's not very good. Okay, where was I? So we got his fur color. We got those little freckles on him that need to be done. Spots, I should say, but. So what else do we need? Again, we don't need to worry about the color of his hair or his ears, because that is covered by the hood, but he does have this darker color under his throat as well. What is this? Is it multiplying? Oh, it's a different color, maybe. That's why. Oh no, I know what's going on here. go. Fixed. It's got a different color for a nose than I would have done, but interesting. The white. Got text from work, 1 second. Okay, that should cover that. Okay. Gotta clean some of this up. Okay. All right, I think we're done with his color. Now we can move on to the outfit. So his outfit has obviously the dark brown cloak. Oops, come on. No, what's going on here? But yeah, how's your all's week going? Oops, something's happening here. Oh, had a really funny moment actually at the hotel where we were staying. I was walking through the hotel and all of a sudden I heard music very similar to the music that I play here on the live stream. So either they were playing the exact same playlist that I have, or it was just a playlist that just was eerily similar. But yeah, that made me chuckle. This brought a smile to my face. Reminds me I need to drink some water. What's going on with the Apple Pencil right now, but it's kind of not cooperating. There we go. Okay, cloak is done. Now, this is where I'm a little confused. Oh, okay, it's a darker color, I guess, but his his vest actually, to me, looks like the same color as his fur. Very interesting. It's underneath the layer that we've already done. Just make that one big solid shape. And then I can go in and fix, like, add in the other pieces later. There you go. Perfect. So now I can just bring in the other color. His belt, buttons. I guess these aren't buttons, these are more like lacings or something. Style, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Pardon me. Good to hear from you. How has your week been? It's fine. All right, that's good. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything's all right. Just another week in paradise, I guess. That's it. I guess. Ooh, nice. Let's give this brown pouch. Hmm. Let's see. Style. Saw you got the test print for Sophia and the Dragon. Yes, yes, I did. Congratulations. It's really cool to. It's really cool. Make a book and keep it in your hands. For sure. I thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it's such a rewarding thing to do. I actually, well, I can't show you the interior pages because that's exclusively for Patreon right now, but I'll grab that for you real quick. Let's see. I gotta see what the camera is. Let's see. So yeah, I have my copy right here of Sophia and the Dragon, the test print. Again, I can't show you the interior quite yet, but yeah, to have that in your hand is so rewarding. It really is something. It's so cool. Well, actually, let's put that here. Yeah, you can see that, I guess. Not a whole lot. No, it's really cool. I'm very excited. There's a few minor things I need to do to tweak it, There's like pieces where like, okay, I see a gap in some of the color there, so I need to fill in that little gap, or a layer was somehow turned off, so you're like, okay, I gotta fix that. And then I think there was one issue with the text, and it's just I forgot to add a space between a comma and the next word. Other than that, everything seems to look pretty good. So I just gotta fix those two things and then buy an ISBN number, and then I'm good to probably do one more test print with all those changes just to make sure everything turns out smoothly. And then, yeah, then it's time to order a bunch of copies and start selling them. Where am I? Okay. Getting there. Now we gotta get his bracers. I think that's what they're called. Thank you, Style. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's so cool when you've been working on something for a year, and I wrote this probably close to 4 to 5 years ago now. This had to be what, 2021? Maybe? Maybe 2022? When I first wrote Sophie and the Dragon. And now it's here. Oops. Wait a second. That's what's going on. I'm on the wrong layer. Whoops. That's okay, I gotta merge these layers together anyhow. Okay. Sorry. And then later, I'll probably have to show you guys a sketch card commission I got while over there at Rebel Scum. Came across an artist. They had like a bunch of different illustrations, some really great art, but they were drawing loth cats, which are like a type of animal in the Star Wars universe. And their style was just so cute. And the loth cats, they're kind of they're like a cat squirrel almost. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta have this person draw Willow. So I actually commissioned them there, and they did a sketch card of Willow. Just a pen and ink drawing, but so cool. So I'll be sure to either share that at the end of the stream, or maybe at tomorrow's stream. Okay, that's done. Oh, and there's some yellow stitching. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I'll have to color that in. Next need to color in. Let's get the bone dagger. Some trouble here with me. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no. Rebel ScumCon was a blast. Had a great time. You guys got any plans on going to any cons this year? Or maybe you already went to one? There you go. Very cool, very cool. This pendant is covered up by the dagger, but well, still cool. I do not like that Sam ham. I do not like green eggs and ham. Okay, that's the same color, but that's great. Okay, then his trousers are brown. There you go, that's what we'll do it. Nice. Sometimes it's a little difficult and boring when I'm doing a live stream because I have nothing to listen to because I have everything plugged into my computer. It's playing the live stream on YouTube, so I know that the audio is still working for you guys. I hear everything you're hearing, but I have that turned down, so then that way I don't hear myself talk over myself. Because sometimes that's why I seem kind of like having trouble talking during the live stream is I'm hearing myself double. So, which means I can't hear the music that's playing. So sometimes I'm kind of sitting here in silence, which is not part of the creative process. I need music to play. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Oh, boy. I saw something just a second ago that I needed to fix, and I can't think of what it was. Just filling in little gaps. Okay, his shoes, or rather his boots, are two different colors. I know I mentioned that I was going to show the sketch card commission I got at Rebel Scum Con of Willow. Um, that invitation does reach out to all of you if I would like to start showing off some of the fan art that I get from people here on the stream. Then, of course, if someone does fan fiction, then I'd like to give them a shout out as well. So yeah, if you guys ever do end up doing fan art or something like that of the characters, let me know and I'll have it. I'll feature it here on the stream. Oops. Oh dear, where did that go? But I tell you what, after attending this con, it makes me all the more excited for Animation Y'all next April, because that was a really fun con to go to. That's, I mean, granted, I've only been to two now, Animation Y'all and Rebel Scum, but Animation Y'all was such a blast. Some really awesome people there, amazing artists, just a all around well put together show or event. It was a blast to be around other creatives and saw people that I knew personally that I was not expecting to see. So it kind of became like a reunion. It was a great time. So yeah, if you guys get a chance, I think, yeah, the 15th of this month, early bird tickets are going to go on sale. Again, it starts in next April. And I highly recommend getting tickets. It was well worth going to. It was a blast. Again, that's Animation Y'all. Over in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Lipscomb University. Huzzah! He's got boots now. Okay, we can start merging these layers then. Okay. There we go. Then, oh, that's about it. I'm going to make his paw pads a little bit darker. Oops, cancel that, cancel that. Spray this just in. I'm going to color in the claws the exact same color as the paw pads. on his. Let's say he uses the color of his shirt to patch his trousers. Oops. Come on, Apple Pencil, connect. Might be time to get a new tip for this. Or maybe. There you go. Okay, so I should press save. And why do we save? Because Jesus saves. Say it with me now. Okay. Got more lacing on his boots to fill. Oh, come on. Thinking about animation, y'all, and the con that I just went to for more animation, y'all. I really wish. What I'd like to do is actually start like an art convention here, in up north in Wisconsin. I think that would be really cool. I'm not a administrator in any way. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I know where I would host the first one though. We have a hotel in town that we've hosted Bigfoot conventions there before. Not me, but the city. They put on events, and there was a Bigfoot convention there. It was a nice little place. I think it'd be really cool to have an art convention here in town, and to be part of that would be great. I already know some of the guests that I would invite. People I would invite over to be like vendors. It'd be cool. Okay, so we got our flats. Okay, we need the spots for his arm. Oops, got some stuff I actually need to fix here. I have to finish the spots. We got the bracers color bleeding into his fur. Can't have that. Okay, and then there's supposed to be yellow stitching for his bracers, leather bracers as well. So go to the ink. And I've put a clipping mask so that I'm just actually altering the color of the ink without having to redraw it, and then also without altering the actual ink layer itself. I love clipping masks. Oops. Perfect. Okay, gotta look him over a little bit more. I think I got everything I need for him. Like, I think he's done being flatted, but might be more. I'm not sure. Oops, what is this color? Oops, this was my wrong layer. Okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I forgot this little piece of his cloak. Okay. I'm actually going to change the color of this pendant, I guess, because it's just too similar to the. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, his bone dagger. So let's say the color. Greener color. Let's go with that. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so as far as I can tell, let's take a look at him one last time. If you guys see anything that I'm missing, let me know. Oh, yes, he's got some white on his tail. Unfortunately, that's not visible. Uh, Not at that angle, but he does have more spots here. Anything else? Nothing on his head. I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if those are markings. This stuff right here. Oops. I don't know if that's like a marking or just like furrow lines. Might need to reach out to the client and ask. Okay, going over his design again, see if there's anything I missed. I think that's all. So therefore, I'm done flatting him, which is great. Now I gotta flat all that in the background. Oh. I'm gonna take this moment to have another sip of water. Okay. BTW animation. Hey, bud. Hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. It's good to be back after Rebel ScumCon. Had a blast. Met a lot of great people. It was a great time meeting other YouTubers and just hanging out with some Star Wars fans. But definitely glad to be back as well. Had obviously a lot of commissions that I need to get to work on. Technically 3, but there's still a lot of work for me. And let's see, he said colors looking nice so far. Thank you, I appreciate that. Appreciate it. I don't know if you saw, Bud, but I got the test print for Sophie and the Dragon. That's here. Very happy, very excited. I can't show the interior yet. That's only available on Patreon at the moment. But yeah, I am floored. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me stand that up there. A few minor tweaks that I need to make, but they're so minor. I should be able to do it all. What in? Well, probably 20 minutes. I should be able to do that. The hard part is re-exporting those pages that have changed, and then importing them into the print file. Because the print file likes to, when you change something and remove a page, it brings the other page forward to fill in that gap, so you have to rearrange things if you make one slight change. Kind of annoying. But all that to say, I should have this ready to be reprinted again, hopefully sometime tomorrow. I do also need to buy an ISBN number to stick onto the back of the book. So, but yeah, how's your week going? Hope things are well. And now I need to figure out what I'm doing here for the background. Oh shoot, you know what? I realized I'm supposed to have his crossbow there. Oh, I think I forgot to draw that. Okay, I'll have to add that in later. Let's see. But doing pretty good. Nice to hear you had fun. Thank you. Thank you. I do too. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. We got 6 of you there in the chat. Welcome all. Okay, just kind of looking at this. And then while I was at the con, I did make a little bit of progress here on the Stegosaurus illustration. I'm not sold on the Stegosaurus like colors themselves. The pattern is what I want, the stripes and all that, but the color itself, I am not too sure. Sorry, I was looking at the screen. I was a little bit behind. Anyways, yeah, so this is what I have so far. Let me know what you think. I was originally going with a blue design for the Stegosaurus. And then I changed some things and went too far back to undo anymore. So I can always recolor it, but yeah. Looking good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so now I gotta find color references for our character here. And with that said, I'm actually gonna put this away then, because that is a very long and boring process of me digging through color references. Oops, ever save. Let's see. Okay, so I think I'll go ahead and share this. So while I was over at Rebel Scum Con, came across an artist. You can find them online at Shoemaker Art. I think on Instagram they are. Let me pull that up again. On oh no, come back. I lost them. Yes, over on Instagram they are Shoemaker underscore Arts. Uh, was a pleasure to meet them at Rebel Scum Con. It was really cool. But they did illustrations of really cute loth cats. They're a type of animal in the Star Wars universe. And the way that he drew loth cats, I was like, that actually would. He's a great artist to draw Willow. So I actually commissioned him to do a sketch card. Let me pull up the camera here. Let's see. I'll actually. Let's see, 1 second. I'm going to try and connect the camera so you guys can see properly. See if I can capture that on the camera here. Whoops, nope. Cancel, cancel, I don't want that. And for whatever reason, my phone is having trouble connecting. Okay. Let's say... That's not working. Okay. Never mind then. I will just have to hold it up for the camera here. But anyways, hopefully you guys can see it. Oh no, get some lighting. So he did this lovely illustration of Willow holding some acorns. That was really cool. Again, I saw their art. Oh, there we go. Trying to get the right. There we go. I saw their artwork and I thought that they would be perfect for drawing Willow. And yeah, they were very kind to take a quick sketch card commission. I think they did a fantastic job. I'm really pleased with the way things came out. Super cute. So, yeah, that was probably one of the highlights of the convention. I met a bunch of other artists, some great artists out there. I'll probably give some of them another shout out later, when I have their contact stuff for you guys to see. But yeah, the artist that did this sketch card of Willow, it's Shoemaker underscore arts. He and his wife have an art business. It was really great talking with them, and they did a lovely job drawing Willow. Okay. Okay then. What am I doing here? Let's see if I can do a very quick art or color palette deal. Let's see. Let's see. Color references. Style. That's a cute card. Thank you. Yeah. Now, he did a great job. It was really cute. Where's my color palette references? Color palettes. And the vibe I'm going for this illustration is... Make sure I got the right one on screen here. Oh, that's the second source one. This one, I'm going for like a late summer afternoon. So I gotta find the right color for that. Not seeing anything yet. A lot of times I browse Pinterest for a long time, just looking for the right color palette. Sometimes I find it, sometimes I don't. Then of course I complicate things because I'm like, well, I also have to get this castle wall that's there. So we have to find a type of gray that works with the lighting and everything. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not coming across anything at the moment, which I could be here all day looking for the right color palette, so I'm not gonna put you guys through that. Just gonna move on with the Stegosaur illustration for now. Okay. Okay. And we probably won't go on too long. I might stop at 2:20, 2:30. Uh, I have a ton of laundry that I had to do from the con, obviously, so I gotta take care of that. And yeah, just not quite ready to pull up the other commissions yet. So this is where we're at. Where's the Stegosaur? I see some stuff. Needs to be. Oops. Okay, something. Oh, that's why. I have the alpha lock. There we go. Okay. I think this would make a really great print. So I need to color in the Stegosaurus's claw. Do that like a nice dark color. There we go. Like that. Oops, this went on there. Oops, Apple Pencil is doing its own thing. There we go. And I gotta come up with a color here for the fallen tree trunk. Okay, let's do that. Hmm. Let's bring this layer down. There we go. Oops. Further. There we go. That's better. We want to be below the grass layer, so then that way I don't have to go through and follow these lines exactly. It appears that right now my computer is not happy. It's being a little laggy. It doesn't help that my iPad screen is also very toasty. Okay, I'll have to fix that layer later. Ooh, and I see some areas where I need to fill in the tree color a little bit more. Oh my goodness, what's going on with my Apple Pencil? Oops. Okay, so it's on a different layer somewhere. Let's do that. Oops. Oop. There we go. That's better. Yeah, kind of quiet today. Just not a whole lot to talk about, I guess. I'll tell you what, it was an exhausting week over at RoboScumCon, but glad it was fun. At one point, we had the power go out at the hotel one morning, and the YouTuber Star Wars Gazer that I was staying with, I was his camera guy. He had a photo shoot that morning with in full Obi-Wan Kenobi outfit. And of course, with no power, you couldn't really iron your clothing, which is what I really needed. It was a little trying, but we eventually got it. Thankfully, the water still worked, so I was able to take a shower. Let's see. Mouse Boy Third Class, welcome, welcome. You just had an eclipse pass by? Hey, that's awesome. Where are you located? Because that didn't happen here. I know it's happening in parts of Europe and then parts of the US. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing happening until like last night, once I got home and was relaxing, scrolling through Instagram and the people were talking about the eclipse. So I was like, oh. And what signs does that eclipse herald for us? That is the question. almost kind of there. I don't know why, but my lasso tool like attaches to different random points in the image. So okay, fix that. I think either something's overheating, it's either my computer or my or my iPad or the Apple Pencil needs a new tip, or it's all of the above. It's just lagging and doing weird things. So let's see. Mouse Boy, third class. Euroland. Oh, nice. Next one is in 2027. Then no more for us cheese and tea eating mice until 2081. Cheese and tea eating mice. Oh, nice. Oh, I did not mean to rhyme. Wow, that's a long time away though. 2081. Will any of us be here at that time? Interesting. Let's see. Well, I'm assuming so, but Mouse Boy, third class. Is that how you see yourself as a mouse? Okay, so a few things in the different layers I need to fix. Okay, let's see that. Let's just finish that first. Flatting is probably one of the longest processes there is. Especially when dealing with an iPad or an Apple Pencil that is doing its own thing. I'm gonna drink water. I want to keep that away from my print of Sophie and the Dragon. I cannot let that copy get wet. Technically, it can as the test print. I should be able to mark it all up as much as I want. But it's currently in pristine condition, and I want it to stay that way. Okay. Let's see. Mouse Boy. Haha, yeah, I only had 5 VHS tapes as a child. Like a can't speak today. Cognitive hazard wrapped my brain. Like a cognitive hazard warped my brain. They were The Rescuers 1 and 2. Oh, those are good movies. An American Tail, very good. The Secret of Nim, yeah, my favorite, one of my second favorite movie of all time. And then Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Nice! So you had a really solid collection of VHSs. I know you said it was only like a couple VHSs you had, but you had some of the best ones there were. You can see how I found your art and streams. Oh, nice. Yeah, actually, how did you find my art and streams? Thank you so much. Yeah, no, Secret of Nim is one of my favorite animated films of all time. It is only behind Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. That movie has a special place in my heart because I traveled so much. And I would watch that like the night before I traveled. It's kind of like a comfort film. Um, Yeah, I saw someone asking. I forget who it was. Someone asking on X the other night. They were saying like, why is it that mice seem to have a stranglehold on animation and media? Like it's never the rat, it's never the other type of animal, it's always the mouse. And it made me think of an answer that uh, Brian Jakes gave about the Redwell series. Someone kind of asked him something similar. Why do you always write about mice? And granted, he was Brian Jakes was talking about children, his audience, but I'll just say audiences in general. Audiences are mice because they see themselves as mice. They are the ones that are they're the underdogs. They're small children. Speaking of, in this case, they're small. They're the underdogs. Uh, they're underestimated, and I think, and this is me talking, just as we all connect with the hero's journey because we're all going through our own hero's journey. We all know what it's like to be the small person. We all know what it's like to feel small compared to others and to be underestimated. So I think that's why people that's why mice seem to have a stranglehold on media because we all, just like this hero's journey, we've all experienced feeling that way in some point in our lives. And I know right now, especially at least online, there seems to be a push towards the rats. Like, oh, the rats deserve equal attention, and rats can be just as smart and heroic as mice. But personally, like, I get it. Drawing rats can be really fun. And yeah, if your thing is I like rats, that's totally fine. I just think we as a collective species have a natural aversion to rats, and for some reason, there's just something different off about them. Whereas mice, there's just something that's a bit more cute and a bit more wow, cannot speak today, more tolerable about them. I'm using two different sides of my brain when I'm drawing and talking at the same time, so unfortunately, the art side overpowers the speech side. Let's see, Mouse Boy. I found your art through a very careful forcing of of the great and terrible algorithm to send me nice mice art. So congrats! Hey, awesome! Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really cool that you're able to somehow bend it to your will. Teach me your secrets. But yeah, actually, I have a mouse. Oh, again, the computer is doing its own thing. Doesn't want to go. Oh, I see some stuff I need to fix. Where is that mouse? There she is. This is our little mouse maid who's on an adventure. Um, I don't have a name for her, unfortunately. This character I do have a name for. This is Sam, or Samara, is her full title. She's one of the characters from my art stories that I've done. Of course, she's always she's like a child in most of the stories, but here we get a rare view of what she's like as an adult. Samara the priestess. Okay, let's get back to this vlog. Okay. So now I gotta find these other layers. Delete. That's good. That's good. Um. Sorry, the computer is doing its own thing right now. I think it might be time to call it quits because the computer is just not wanting to cooperate right now. Mouse Boy. Good call on Nim. I hold it as the high watermark of Western animation. I agree. It is probably one of the top for 2D animation. Uh, all the analog techniques reached the zenith under Bluth before Caps Tech started digital color. I do agree. I think the early days of Caps was actually really good. Like the Disney Renaissance, especially Lion King, used Caps very well. Their colors are great. And then towards the 2000s, things just went downhill, and now you can just definitely tell when something's digitally colored. But no, you're so right. A Secret Nim just was the pinnacle of traditional animation techniques, and I know Don Bluth is still out there. He's trying to do animation again. He's got his own studio. For the life of me, I don't understand why he hasn't really done anything. I know that he's talked about like it's just hard to find financiers. I feel like I don't know. He should have. I mean, he's such a legend that he should have someone backing him by now. But maybe he's been pursuing the Dragon's Lair movie just a bit too much, and it's like, okay, time to let it go. Nothing's ever gonna happen, or things supposedly it's still in development at Netflix, but it's kind of like, hey man, you only have so much longer to live, and you got a couple other projects that you could probably do. Also, none of the, I mean, there's some good Don Bluth films, obviously, American Tail, Land Before Time. Uh, All Dogs Go to Heaven is a classic, but it's not on my favorite list. It's a very weird movie. Nothing just has, everything pales in comparison to The Secret of Nim, in my opinion. He's just like the best. Or not, sorry, I can't speak. Secret of Nim is his best work. It is the most heartfelt. It's the one film where they had the most creative freedom. And Mrs. Brisby is just such a great character. That's a strong female character that everyone forgets about. It's just like, listen, go watch this movie. That's the type of strong female characters that we want in movies. Okay, sorry, yeah. Bud. Pretty like her mother. Ah, yes, Sam. Oh, yeah, see, I should be able to pull out very quickly with on the computer, and it's just lagging. But yes, Sam is very beautiful, just like her mother. Let's see, but sadly his last animated movie project was a flop, but hopefully he makes a comeback. Yeah, I hope so too. Was that Titan AE? Was that his last one? Fun fact, Ice Age was at one point going to be a Don Bluth film. At least they were pitching it to him, and he passed on the project, I think. Let's see, Mask Boy. Yes, I love Cats because having consistent color at a lower bitrate masked by film grain looks better than acrylic on cells. I think mice win over rats because in real life rats are too smart. Oh, interesting. I never thought of that. That could be it. I think there's just something kind of odd and revolting about rats. I know all the rat people are going to be angry and be like, they're just as intelligent and they're just as cute, and you don't like, you just haven't given them a chance. Which one are you going to be more afraid of running at you in the middle of the night, either in the back alleyway or in a dungeon? It's going to be the rat. The mouse, you're going to be like, here, I have one crumb of food in this dungeon. Let me give it to the little mouse. The rat's gonna actually just eat you. No, I do like rats. Yeah, I'm the mouse generation. Yeah, I really see, because I know like Secret of Nim is owned by MGM, and Amazon bought MGM recently. They've been Amazon has actually been doing pretty well with MGM lately, which has been pretty cool. They had Cheap Detectives, Project Hail Mary, great movies. But if I was Bezos, I would say, hey, or if I was just Don Bluth, I would lobby MGM or Amazon and say, hey, can I have the rights to Secret of Nim back? Let me make sequels for you. Because I know there's the Timmy to the Rescue, the sequel to Secret of Nim that was, in my opinion, terrible. Um, I think its biggest crime is totally sidelining Mrs. Frisbee to be like, you're a nobody, you're not important. Timmy's the real hero, and then just adding in lore that contradicts what happened in the movie. It was just super weird. But uh, I think bring back Mrs. Frisbee or Sorry, that's the book version. Mrs. Frisbee. No. Okay. Mrs. Frisbee's the movie version. Mrs. Frisbee's the book version. Anyways, bring back Mrs. B as the hero. Now you could do something either where it picks up just a couple years after Secret of Nim, or you could do it like many years later. Since we've all grown up, maybe she's gotten older and she's dealing with, her children are obviously still much younger than her, but because of the genetic mutation from Jonathan Brisby, that she's getting like old and they're still quite young. You could have her dealing with that and then having to be a hero again while struggling with getting older and not being as smart as the others. And see, I think that's also why Mrs. Frisbee is a great character, because she's essentially this helpless poor widow that needs help, is in a desperate situation, and no one wants to help her. If you watch the movie, everyone goes out of their way to not help her, except like Jeremy helped her, and then Auntie Shrew is actually the only one that will actually help her. And everyone's like, oh, Auntie Shrew's terrible. She's a busybody. But she's actually the only one that genuinely will help Mrs. Brisby, not for who she is or who she's married to, but just because it's the kind thing to do. Because once she starts throwing her name around and is by accident saying like, "Oh, I'm Mrs. Frisbee," that's when all the Great Owl and the Rats of Nim are like, "Oh, wait a second. Okay, now we want to help you because you're you're Jonathan Brisby's widow." Um, Sorry, I'm getting so distracted talking about this. Okay, where are the other layers? Okay. I'll find that layer. Well, it's gotta be somewhere. I shall find it. Let's see. Mouse Boy. How did Timmy and Mrs. Brisby get a statue? Oh, how did Timmy and Mr. Brisby get a statue, but not Mrs. Brisby in the sequel? Who you are? Uh, you are right. I use her as an example of a very feminine hero archetype. Yes, 100%. I agree. That is, in my opinion, that is the epitome of a female heroic character. It's kind of similar to my own character, Haru in Barbarians, the comic that I'm working on, but a little different. Oops. Oh, wow. I wonder if that layer got moved. Maybe that's what's happening. Interesting. Hmm. There's supposed to be another grass layer, I think. That's what's But yeah, no, poor Mrs. Brisby gets the short end of the stick in the collective memory of people, and then in the sequel of her movie is kind of forgotten as like, oh, you're a nobody. You're just this old mouse that's there. It's like, no, how could you do that to her? You can definitely tell that. Now, granted, maybe the filmmakers of that movie actually cared about the original film and tried to make a good sequel, and it was just the studio that said, no one wants to follow a female mouse in a movie. Make the boy the hero. I don't know. Who knows? You know, studio executives. They're in it for the money. They don't understand storytelling at all. But if that's not the case, and some guy was hired to be like, you're going to make a movie of Secret of Nim, or a sequel, and he's like, I hate cartoons. I hate Secret of Nim. I'm just going to make an interesting, a different movie. Okay, what's going on? And I've heard that oftentimes the reason why adaptations are so bad. What's going on here? It's not going away. Well, it must be a different layer then. Okay, 1 second. No, one of the reasons, like, you always see an adaptation of a movie or of a book, and it's never like even remotely close to the book, and you're kind of like, well, like, what happened? Whoa, I deleted something. Oh, I have a layer turned on. That's right. Okay. Whew. Anyways, I heard someone say that the reason that they're oftentimes so vastly different from the books is you got a writer that they have a story that they want to tell, but no studio will buy their scripts because they're like, well, it's not a recognizable IP. But then they get hired to write here, adapt this book, and the person's like, this is my one chance to get my story out there. So if I were the author of this book, I would have done it this way. So they create their own changes, and that's why you have these movies based on books that have hardly anything in common with the books, because it's the writer having their one chance to tell their own story. I think that's how Brandon Sanderson kind of explained it. Okay, man. It's so sad when you're working on a art piece and you think you've been doing a great job flatting, and then you come back later on, you're like, oh man, there's so many mistakes and gaps and stuff here. Like, how did I not notice this? See what I mean? That flatting is like such a long process. Also, have you read the book of Secret of Nim? It's such a good book. Obviously, like the amulet is not in the book. There's like a lot of differences, but up until the third act, it's almost exactly the same story. But it's such a great book, and the ending is a bit more somber and more like tragic. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend it. Let's see. That mouse boy. Oops, not Siri. Let's see. It was Warner Bros. Seeing how much money Disney was making at the time with bad straight to VHS sequels. Sorry, Lion King 2 fans. For you, I'll let it pass. No, I like Lion King 2 as well. Actually, one of the few good straight to DVD sequels, and it wasn't even a sequel, it's more of a midquel, back, like going back to when the children are younger, or characters are younger. Bambi 2 is actually legitimately a good movie. Very good movie. Again, it goes back to, it's pretty much him being raised by the Great Prince. Fantastic movie. Whenever we watched Bambi growing up, my dad refused to watch the original, but he would say, if we're gonna watch Bambi, we're watching Bambi 2. He liked that one. It's a good story. Great animation. Everything about that movie says whoever made the movie, they definitely gave it their all. Like, it's not a half-hearted sequel, poorly written, anything. It's just like legitimately they gave their all, which is really cool. But yeah, no, I agree. Everyone started competing with that, trying to just do the straight to DVD, straight to VHS remake or sequels. Man, I'm sorry guys, I am struggling to talk. Just to help my mouth is so dry. Let's see. Okay, I think I better call it quits for now. I know I usually go until 3, but with the computer lagging and everything, it's kind of like, might as well just let it rest for a bit. So, but yeah, so thank you all very much for hopping on the stream. Had a blast. Um, yeah, if you have any prayer requests that you'd like me to pray for while we're here on the live stream, let me know here in the chat. If not, we'll call it quits for the day. But hopefully things worked out for your job. And yes, and then stay tuned. Eventually, I will be having a live stream where I will show off the interior of the book, Sophia and the Dragon. Maybe wait until the fixed test print is done, or maybe I might do it tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. And again, happy to show you guys the sketch card I got while at Rebel Scum Con of Willow. Really happy with how it came out. But if you have fan art of my characters that you'd like to draw and you'd like to be featured here on the stream, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Then, of course, let's see, we got one comment from Mouseboy. Read the Nim book first. It's an interesting ending. The emulsion of humans equals ruins and death for the rats. Yes, no, I actually really like the ending. I wouldn't mind like an alternative ending to Secret of Nim. With that ending, it's a very somber ending. I liked it. But yeah. So let's see. Thank you all for hopping on the stream. If you haven't already, click subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I go live. Obviously, for those who don't know, I go live usually Wednesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Fridays between 12:30 Central Time and 3 o'clock Central Time. Only because I have an evening job. Otherwise, I would do it in the evenings. Yeah. So stick around. Mouseboy, thank you so much for hopping on the stream. It was great talking with you. I'm glad you were able to find our stream by bending the algorithm to your will. Style said that was pretty chill stream. Thank you. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, minus the lagging computer. But yeah, so thank you all so much. Hope to talk to you all soon. God bless and cheers. There you go.